The trees here, the weather is a little drizzly, but the trees at Olana that were planted 100 and change years ago, maybe 120, 30, 40 years ago, by Frederick Church, and the landscape and the 5 miles of walking trails and carriage trails that he created are just spectacular. So we did a tour of the bell tower inside the house, no cameras. And now we're going to walk the grounds a bit and see how beautiful this is, and maybe along our walk on this gravelly path with fall season's winter leaves coming down, maybe we'll get to see Olana. There it is. The mist is rolling in and out. A well-planned landscape by America's favorite Hudson River landscape painter of the day. Lived in the mid to late 19th century. Traveled the world and made the Hudson River his home, and built this castle on the hill, 250 acres. It's beautiful here. It's drizzly, and I was making a vid of the house earlier, and the fog rolled in and the house disappeared. But we waited a few minutes and things rolled out. There's the lake that he made. Beautiful sunsets he watched to the south and west. Rock outcroppings, first one I've seen here. Oh, it's a beautiful time of year. I know it's raining, I've got my umbrella. Here's the house. The Hudson River Valley. Off in the fog. Probably some good deer in here, maybe some bears. There's a huge view shed that the state of New York has luckily protected and continues to protect farms that Mr. Church saw and painted with his landscapes. He was primarily a landscape painter. Didn't much paint people or animals, just rocks and boulders and landscapes and the Andes. Painted a few buildings, painted his own building. He even bought some of the paintings back from auctions when people died and needed some money, I suppose. I can't give you the most accurate stories. Just remember a bit of what the tour guide, a very nice tour guide, told us on our tour of the inside of the house. There's Olana, appearing from the mist just in time for Halloween. Sparkling. Here's the view from Olana. We'll walk the grounds a little bit. If you don't like it, you click it off. You can watch one of my T-Ruck videos. I've got lots of those. Or for those that love nature, don't mind listening to me yapping away about it. Oh, this tree's not looking good. But that's nature's way. Beautiful trees, hardwood species mostly. Wow. These were all saplings back in the 1880s when Mr. Church had a little studio down there by the sign where those people are looking. He had a little studio. And when he built the extension on his house to house the studio as part of his main castle, he dismantled that studio in 1880 or so. And soon after, he closed his office of 30 years in New York City and spent all his time painting from his house. He had lots of guests come and visit by invitation. Pretty bustly place in its day. Got some wild gardens here. Wildflower gardens. Beautiful. I love flowers. Some people don't. Looks like purple loose strife. Ooh, rules. Those is the rules. We don't need no stinking rules. Oh, what's the sign coming up here? House and environs. Wow. Frederick Church designed his house. I'm going to read that on a separate video. The house and environs. East facade. Frederick E. Church, circa 1870. This image illustrates an intermediate step in the design process of the house. Frederick Church designed his house both as a work of art and as a home for his family. He had 4 children that survived to adulthood. 2 died young, the 2 firstborn. Olana was built as a place of beauty and repose. The churches first used the name Olana in the 1880s. Olana may be a variation of the name of an ancient Middle Eastern fortress city, Olane, which looked out over beautiful mountains and a fertile river valley. If that is so, it's easy to understand how the churches would have found similarities between the ancient city and their hilltop home. Church developed his architectural plans in much the same way they had planned a work of art. Pencil sketches followed by more finished color sketches. Then, instead of painting a work of art on a large canvas, he built it in wood, stone, and brick. This is it. There it is. Church recalled residences seen during his journeys to Europe and the Mediterranean, referred to volumes of Eastern art, and adapted designs in collections of sketches and photographs to create the interior and exterior ornamentation of his home. He carefully planned his visitors' views as they traveled through the property, which we just did, ending their journey with the most spectacular views at the top of the hill. Foliage kept his house hidden from sight until the visitor reached the intersection of the South Approach Road and the East Lawn, where we are now standing. Further along, trees again screened the house, focusing the visitor's attention instead on spectacular panoramic view. As the visitor approached the house, its east and south facades appeared in the angle preferred for viewing buildings set within a picturesque landscape composition. View of the house across the East Lawn, circa 1890. Right there. Hard to see. Mrs. Isabel Church, Downey Church, and Friends on the Stoop. And it all still exists, beautifully preserved and slightly restored by the wonderful thoughtfulness and generosity of Friends of Olana and New York State. Governor Patterson. He's not enjoying the best popularity right now. And there is Olana, emerging from the mist. It'd be nice if it was Halloween, which it almost is. Almost Halloween. There is Olana, Frederick Church's masterpiece of wood, stone, brick, slate, painted wood, stained glass windows. It's just beautiful. And the view of the Hudson River Valley obscured by the mist. We're at Olana, Hudson River. Beautiful. Just up over that ridge, it's Frederick Church's mansion. And the view through these grounds and trails that he so beautifully designed and valued and painted and is now protected. View shed. And more of it will be protected as New York State gets a bit more money to buy up more of the view shed and protect it with easements so it won't be developed. Just so many tourists here, like me. Yeah, we're all the same. Come here for the pictures and the beauty. Frederick Church's landscape. Miles of trails. Nice that it's cleared up. There's the house. Beautiful views. The Hudson River Valley and the lake that he created. All the farms.
Where? Look at me, please, baby. Okay. Let me see some videos. That's the lake! That's the lake! That's the lake! That's the lake!
Not much to say when things are so nice and trees losing their leaves. I'll walk through the leaves, through the rustle of the leaves. Some parts of the country and the world don't have that. Don't have the rustle of the leaves. Or the rattle of a diesel engine. Chunk. 6.2 turbo diesel. Yeah, I wish it was a turbo. I've got enough of them. Just none of them running on the road. Here comes the rain again. Look at the view shed. We're at Olana, Hudson River Valley, just outside of Hudson, New York. The riverway named after some explorer, Henry Hudson, as if he really discovered it. There's Olana. It's beautiful here. We're off to Annandale. Look at more historic treasures.